Hi, my Pisces friends and family. I'm here to do the zodiac reading for Pisces for the energy of May. So let's get started, and I'm going to start by going ahead and giving the deck several shuffles. And before I get started, I just want to say that if you do find that you like this video and you resonate with it, I just wanted to remind you to please press the like button. It means a lot to me. And subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of my readings and other videos that I do. I do videos on a lot of relationships, but also on creative expression, which is what I call our divine calling, what we're here to do. And abundance and things of that nature. And smash the bell if you want to get those readings through your feed. Um, those of you who have watched videos of mine over the years, thank you so much for following me. I love when you contact me, and I love to write back. And I just appreciate you. Just wanted to let you know. All right, one more shuffle, and let's get started. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, I'm using the Nuance. Let's see, it's the Intuit Oracle. This is the nuance portion of the deck. And it really is the only deck that I'm using right now. So I think once you see these cards, you're going to know why, because they're really pretty cool. All right, so here we go. What's the overall energy of May for Pisces? I'm focusing on that. What is the overall energy for Pisces? All right. The first card I pulled was the Woman. So that's either you, or if you are a man, it is your love interest. Okay. Neptune. These are the planetary influence cards. I love them. They're gorgeous. Okay. And let's see. Interesting. We've got the Storm. Well, it's called the Tornado card, but it looks like a big old storm to me, so it's always the first thing that comes to my mind. Storm. All right. In these readings, the middle card is the central card of the particular spread. And I'm just going to take a minute to tune into this now for Pisces. Okay. The energy of this month for you is going to be a little bit about your spirituality, intuition. It's a very dreamlike quality. So I want to say you could have a inspirational month. Well, we're getting almost halfway through it. I'm really sorry. This was the last reading that I got of my zodiacs. It's the 10th right now, and but you know, and you may be tuning into this energy yourself, is that all of these things are an energy of enlightenment. Okay, so it's a very, it's funny because I want to say it's a watery feeling, and I'm not, you know, I don't have no idea if Neptune is water, but it has the feel of water. Yeah, I'm not an astrologer, just so you know. I'm using the cards and I'm getting the energy off this card, but it's a very elegant, flowing energy, and that's the overall energy, and that is going to be for you or your love interest is affected, is part of this energy. Now, the other thing is that sometimes that does involve things coming up that I want to say literally upend. But I feel like if anything happens where, you know, things come up unexpectedly, or plans that you had kind of come to an abrupt end, like, oh, I was going to go do this and boom, we're not. Or you're having an argument with someone and, you know, you feel like I really am just done with this. I'm done with this situation. What I find interesting is paired, and that's how these cards work, is like a Lenormand deck, which is pairing them. I feel like you've got to calm in the middle of that storm. Almost like it's not going to bother you. It's like there's a storm brewing. There might be an ending coming up, an unexpected end, but it is actually liberating for you. It's actually, you're in this state of suspension, like it's not affecting you. And this is you. All right, so there's that you. This is probably for most of the people who are watching, a lot of you are women. I want to say that you are in a great place to handle any of the storms that are here. So Source wants you to know that the overall energy that you have is this spiritual enlightenment, and you can handle whatever storm comes. You'll be almost like, well, that didn't even get me. And that's part of the point. Part of the point is when we have things like that happen, we, when the storm comes and we're not affected by it, we see how far we've come. We're like, wow, that didn't even bother me. In fact, I was really glad it ended. I feel very, very strong about that. So that is your overall energy, Pisces, for May. Now we're going to talk specifically about what you need to know about love. All right. And this is the love that you're focused on, or, anything having to do with your love life. The first card is encouraging. It's the tracks. All right. The second card is a victory card. Well, we like that. That's the trophy, right? The trophy. And the cross. Okay? All right. Let's read these cards. The first card, the central card, is the victory card. It is achieving what you're setting out to do. Now, it's really interesting because these cards don't have a lot of, there's not cards in there that are all lovey-dovey cards, okay? But we asked about the love life. And so what I want to say is that you may be feeling like you're finally in a place where you are feeling triumphant. Now, this might just be about your feelings about yourself in loving relationships. Like you might really be at a place where you're like, I have achieved my goal. And my goal is to be in my own center. You're achieving that. You're feeling very, very good about that in your love life. And paired with the cross, it's like you're really more focused on your inner guidance, divine guidance, I should say, your higher guidance from source, which is yourself and your higher self, and your spirituality. There's a little bit of, you are moving forward in your love life in a very dutiful way. It's just like you just step by step, day in and day out. You'll have your little trials and tribulations, but overall, you feel that it's in line with, everything's lined up for fate. Everything's lined up to be as it is. And paired with the tracks, the trophy is basically saying, look, you're moving forward. Stay on this track. Go this one direction. Don't go off the track. Don't get off, and you don't see a train station in there, do you? It's like, just stay on this. Put yourself on that victory autopilot, and that's going to take you where you want to go. It's going to move you forward in the way that you need to. All right? And part of that, pairing this with the spirituality, your spirituality and your divine guidance is not going to steer you wrong. And basically you're getting I'm sorry, I'm tipping the cards. Basically you're getting that divine guidance right now, which is stay on that course. Stay on that victory course. Stay on that I'm doing a really great thing, and keep going, because you will arrive to where you're destined to, go. And that's destiny. Isn't that interesting? That's the destiny of the cross. So I didn't even see that destiny word when I said that. So that's your love life. You're really in your center right now. And if you're not, If there's any of you that are not, I would encourage you, Spirit wants you to know that you've got this energy available to you. So maybe you want to just tune a little bit more into that spiritual self, like delve into that spiritual, whatever it does that takes you in alignment with your higher self and your spiritual stuff. Do those things because that's where your victory lies in love. And that's true for a lot of us. So all right, the next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to ask what specific information do you need to know about your career? And your career, I look at career as being why you came here, what you're supposed to be doing. It's where your abundance lies. And this question isn't what are you supposed to be doing, but what information do you need to know about that? And that's what I love about these cards is that, they're not yes or no answers. They actually spell out a bigger picture with very specific questions. So we're asking what specific information do my Pisces friends, what do they need to know about their career? Okay, the first one is the raccoon. That's the first card. The second card is the loons. And the third card is the magnifying glass. Okay, so this is in terms of your career and abundance. All right. The first card in the center is the loons. And it may mean that you are reawakening to what you came here to do. You might have known what you came here to do a long time ago and kind of, I want to say, lost hope about that. But your higher self has a very big, deep commitment to manifesting this. I'm thinking, well, it's saying uncommon bonds. Let me just see what else I'm getting. Yeah, it's kind of like this turns out to be something that I don't know if it's something that your family, the stage was set in the younger years that helped you create this commitment at the soul level, or it's part of your commitment. You have something that you want to achieve. And paired with a raccoon, what's basically saying is that you're actually quite the entrepreneur. All right? You're good at solving problems. You can put all of this to good use in a creative way. All right? To bring that to fruition. So you have what it takes. Most of the time when we create something or when we're trying to make a dream come true, some of our biggest issues in manifesting that is that we have problems that come up along the way. But there's something in your nature that's like the raccoon, that's curious, that you're able to adapt your different approaches, and you're willing to consider a whole bunch of options in order for you to get to that place. But you're the entrepreneur. The card is coming in with the entrepreneur with this deep commitment. The other thing that it's saying, this goes right along with, a reawakening commitment to creative expression. Let's see if I can get these clearer for you. Sorry, my hand's getting tired. Wah! All right. When it comes to a deep commitment that you're, awakening to, sometimes you really do need to get more information about it. You need to pore over the details. You need to do your research. Do some, searching online. Read up on it. Examine everything very carefully that you're looking to do to make sure that you have everything, that you know everything that you need to know about what you're trying to create. So it does seem that there's some not new thing, but it's a reawakening of a lost dream or something. And it's time to do the research, get your information together. And it's reassuring that you've got the problem solver, because that's the thing that we need. I know firsthand. I'm working on a project that I had to, I'm continuing to have to reevaluate and steer a different course, just slightly, make slight adjustments based on newfound information. So This is telling you you've got that at your disposal from a career standpoint. And I can tell you, when you do go with something that's a deep commitment to your soul level while you're here, you will be abundant. You will have abundance of everything that you need. You'll have, the angel's wings at your back. You'll fly. So you'll have everything that you need. All right, let's ask one last question, which is, what does your higher self want you to know for the month of May? So what does Pisces need to know for the month of May? You got the head of the pack. This card's been coming up a lot, and I'm very happy to hear that because so many of us need that success. I have not picked this card in any of my readings yet. I'm very excited to see what this brings because the bellows is your central card that the sources kind of led me to pick. And the beaver, which is funny because I just got the beaver in my last reading. So, all right, so let's look at these. Okay. Okay, I do think whether this is related to work or love, whether it's related to your deep commitment that you have at a soul level to do something, when the bellows shows up, it's telling you that it's time to ignite. It's a catalyst. It's the time to ignite, get things going, put in the effort, fan the flames, whatever you have to do to get that fire started. Okay, and I think that if you're talking about the career or the calling, you've got your magnifying glass, which is basically saying, how do you do that? How do you kindle that? Well, you start doing your research and you start really throwing yourself into it. You put the effort in, okay? And paired with the beaver, it's saying, be determined. Your patience and your persistence is going to pay off, okay? It may seem repetitive to have to go in and do all this research. Oh my God, I got to get on here every day and do this or whatever. But it is going to pay off for you. It's going to be what makes your dreams come true. So you're at a go time where the bellows is asking you to, put the spark in, get it going. This is also a fuel card. So it's you've got what you need to get the car started. You've got what you need to go the long distance, get things going. And then this card here, the head of the pack, is basically saying you've got success. It's going to take some persistence. You're going to have to deal with whatever competition you have, but you have that will to win. You have the will to finish first. And, you've got it. So it's basically saying get that project off the ground. Get whatever it is that burns in your soul. And I think about the bellows and the spark and the fire. Get that going. You've got a successful road ahead. But it does take effort. Of course, it does take persistence. And I want to say it takes this little guy here, the raccoon. You got to be willing to solve problems, get creative, adapt to change. But that entrepreneur spirit is going to help you do it. So you've had a really, really powerful reading in terms of where you're at, Pisces, in terms of your center. The only thing that I want to say is I wouldn't fear this card at all. I'd be like, okay, that's a storm coming maybe. And if it does, and if something ends, I'm going to be fine with it. Whatever that is, whatever ending. It could be, it could be anything. It could be something small. It could be something big, but you're not going to wig over it because your overall energies is saying that you're really, really strong right now. And I'm excited for you. I would love it if you're a Pisces and you have this stuff going on in your creative expression. I would love to know about it. Creative expression, in addition to twin flames and catalytic heart awakenings, is one of my passions. So if you have any experiences to share, I'd love it. A reminder again, like the video if you like it. Smash that bell if you want more readings through your feed. I have a reading that I just did that ends May 11th. And actually, whenever you see these videos is when you're meant to see them. You're supposed to get the energy. I always feel that way because there's many times I will see videos that I feel called to watch for whatever reason. So if you're not seeing it those dates, but I have that weekly reading. I'm doing zodiac readings at the beginning of every month. So the next one will be, of course, in June. And I'm also doing a weekly reading. So if you want to get those, press the button. And also, if you want to know more about the Intuit Oracle that I'm using, I do have a link on my page that shows you, more about it. There's a video from the creator, Aria, and even a link to where you can get your own deck. So anyways, thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate you. I will be back again soon. Namaste.